Hello everyone, welcome back to your channel UGC Net Commerce Gyan Guru. And in today's video, I'm going to discuss about very important topic, that is Indian culture and civilization, and it is very important from your exam point of view. So as you know that India is one of the oldest and richest civilization in the world. And today we are going to discuss about its history with the help of different stages and their unique characteristics and tradition. And it's Indus Valley civilization. It's basically one of the world's earliest urban culture, and it is centered around Indus River, and in present time it is in Pakistan or northwest India. And perfect or the major cities were included is Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Talking about its key features, the first is urban planning. So cities were well planned, and they were proper drainage system, or cover drainage system, which shows the hygiene level. And at the time they were using the standardized brick system, which shows advanced manufacturing and organized street layout, perfect, cut at 90-degree. Then art and craftsmanship. So at the time, they used artifacts such as pottery, seals, figurines, shows advanced level of craftsmanship. Then it also shows the evidence with the evidence of trade with Mesopotamia and other region. Um, so these are the main three characteristics of Indus Valley civilization. Then next is a Vedic period. It was around 1500 to 500 BCE. So after the decline of Indus Valley civilization, the Vedic period emerged, and during this period, the sacred Vedas were composed, and forming the basis of Hindu religious thought. So in we have four Vedas: Rig Ved, Samved, Yajurved, and Atharved. And the society was organized into different social groups like Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudras. Then the concept of dharma and moral values, ethics became very important part in this period. Now next is epics and Puran. Um, so the epics and Puran period is 500 BCE to 1500 to 500 BCE to 500 CE. So this period witnessed the composition of great two epics, that is Ramayana and Mahabharata. And basically these texts taught important lessons about beauty, courage, and duties of an individual in a society, moral values, and devotion. Then second is Puran. So Puran were also written during this period, which like Puran, like Bhagavad Puran, Vishnu Puran, and it's basically these Puran preserving the stories of gods, sages, and the ancient traditions. Um, then religious development. So development. So worship of deities such as Vishnu, Shiva became widespread, and we have seen formulation of devotional practices. So basically, the bhakti traditions, begin to grow during this period. Then next is a classical period of it. So talking about classical period is one of the important period. It is also known as the golden era of the Indian civilization, and many innovation or contribution we have seen during this period, and that is why it is considered as golden age, because we have seen great contribution in field of art, science, and literature. Talking about art and architecture, the construction of significant architectural wonders, including Ajanta and Ellora caves, temples, are the perfect example of this period. Then second in field of literature and science. So advancement in every field, whether it's mathematics, like invention of zero decimal system, or in astronomy, where the planetary positions, and some major findings in field of medicine. And talking about key figure is basically the Aryabhata during this period. Then talking about philosophy, so development and consolidation of major philosophical school thoughts like Advaita Vedanta. Advaita means non-dualism concept, where we talk about that Atma and Brahman is a one concept. Atma hi Brahman hai, Brahman hi Atma hai. Advaita Vedanta. And it's also explored the evolution of other darshanas. So we have a different philosophy or darshanas. So during this period it was focusing on other darshanas too. Other period, talking about medieval period, so which is characterize a very important political and cultural change due to the influence of Islamic rulers, and and emergence of regional kingdoms. So, like for example, Delhi Sultan, Mughal empires, they brought a new culture and architectural influence. For example, Taj Mahal. Then second is a regional kingdom. So regional kingdoms like we have Vijayanagara Empire, Maratha Confederacy, which played a very important role in resisting the foreign invasion and try to maintain the regional autonomy. Then we have seen the Bhakti and Sufi movement. So the growth of devotional movement, which focus on try to connect the person with divinity. Like we have a different saints like Kabir, Mirabai, which which focused on bhakti and Sufi movement and try to connect with divine energy. So that is bhakti and Sufi movement. Then okay, next era is colonial period. It was around 1700 to 1947 CE, and this colonial period began with the British rule in India. And this era is basically introduced the new education system, legal system, and completely new infrastructure. And at the same time, we have seen the social reformers, like Raja Ram Mohan Roy and Swami Vivekanand, who worked to improve the society and by completely new cultural practices, and also try to promote the Indian languages and literature. Then we have seen the freedom movement inspired million of Indians to unite in the struggle, for the independence under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru ji, Subhash Chandra Bose. Then next we have is last stage we have is post independence era, 1947. So after gaining the independence in 1947, so India entered a completely, you can say, a new phase for its growth and development. So now we are talking about modernization and globalization, where nowadays you can consider the India as the major player in the global economy. We are talking about modernization, technological advancement in every field. Um, then uh, then next is a cultural diversity. India is basically a diverse country. We have a different language, religion, tradition, festivals, according to the different states. And then political and social development. India has addressed various challenges in terms of social inequality, economic development, or the political stability. While we are focused on democratic values and human rights.